This is a story of Barbara Daniel, the publisher and editor of the Cleveland Women's Journal. That's a print and digital magazine whose mission it is to empower women through knowledge. So Barbara, I'm sure this pandemic has turned your world upside down. Are you still able to publish your magazine?
Well, we're able to publish the digital version, but we can no longer print, at least for the April, May, and how far into the future we don't know. But 95% of our delivery locations, which are businesses, are closed. And probably 60% of our clients' locations are closed. Because we do a lot in health and wellness, so there's plastic surgery and facials, injections, massages, fitness centers, they're all closed. So we're going to do a digital only for this issue.
Are you changing what you're saying in the magazine? Is your focus different?
It's a little bit different. It's going to be primarily about stress management. And those clients who are contributing articles, by the way, we aren't charging our clients because our clients prefer print. We know that that's what they like. We can't just turn around in one issue and charge them for digital. I may have to in the future, but for this, I call a transition issue, I hope. We are not going to charge them. So everyone is submitting information about how to feel better during this time, how to manage stress, mindfulness, meditation, fitness is still very important, exercise still very important. So our focus is mostly on health and wellness in the past, and going forward, it is especially on health and wellness.
And how to do fitness when you can't go to the fitness center?
I have a virtual trainer now, which is, I never imagined how hard it would be, but we have a table, any table, my dining room table, a chair, a stretch cord, and a pillow. And after my first couple of sessions, I do it twice a week, my muscles were burning. So I am experiencing fatigue on my muscles, which is what strength training is about, and I'm not in the gym on machines. So it can be done. She showed me how to do basically a push-up against the wall, sort of like a plank, and it's amazing how much you can work your muscles and just in your home with someone encouraging you through a Zoom.
Would you please give your URL? Because I think a lot of people might like to know about that.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I post it on Facebook now because there are, I'm sure, other locations that are doing a lot virtually. My client who does facials, and obviously I can't see her, so she's telling us what we can do to our skin while we're home and can't get a facial. So what products to use on that. So it's helpful information like that because we do not have a lockdown in Ohio. We have a stay at home, but we are allowed to go out and walk. We can walk our dogs. We have a huge park system, so we're allowed to go to the parks. But yeah, 6 feet away from everybody wherever you go, and not to be near anyone if you can all help it.
So how can someone get your digital magazine?
It's on our website. It's women's, WOMENS -journal.com. And then they'll see digital. There's two digitals, the Medina County and then the Cleveland Women's Journal. February, March is still up right now because we're still on the time for the February, March issue. And then probably around April 8th, we'll switch up to the April, May issue. And it'll be there indefinitely. All of our digital magazines are there indefinitely in that version.
So how are you coping with it individually?
I'm an extrovert. I'm dying here. I look at my calendar and everything on my calendar is Zoom or online streaming. And I really miss the personal contact. I always have lunches and dinners and NABO meetings. And see my youngest grandchildren, it's really been difficult, but we face on Messenger now, which is helpful. At least I can see my little ones, I can see their faces. And I talk to my children, I talk to my grandchildren, I talk to my friends. And NABO has a lot of Zooms locally and nationally. So we have continuous contact. We're networking in Cleveland through Zoom with our NABO members. So that helps at least keeping people, you know, I've adapted somehow, and I'm not sure how. I thought I would be miserable. And now I just get up and take a shower and have my breakfast. I do my meditation, my Bible reading, and the next thing you know, it's just like, this is my day. This is how my day is going. I do some editing. I, have different things online and streaming through Zoom or through other resources. And I don't know, I just am busy. I, I keep busy, and that's the only thing I can do is I need to keep my mind busy. I need to keep my mind going. And so I don't fall into the trap of this is never going to end, because it will end. We don't know when, but it will end.
Do you have elderly parents you have to worry about?
No, I don't. And I guess that's a good thing. My mom died 2 years ago at 98, and she was in a nursing home. And so the good thing is I don't have my parents, my siblings have all passed away, so I don't have to worry about them. I live alone, so it gets a little lonely, but I have my dog. And anybody that has dogs or cats for pets, they know what a comfort they are, because you know what? To them, this is a holiday. To have their owners home with them all the time, they're crazy. They love this. I don't know what happens when I leave the house, she looks at me like, where are you going? And
Can
so
you leave me?
why are you leaving me? So it's a picnic for them. So she's happy that I'm here and she's good company. But I just, I look at every day. Our governor in Ohio has been amazing. He's really led the charge to close things down and, get people out of the company of other people. And Dr. Amy, who's our medical director, she is just an unbelievable, and her background story is amazing. She is calm. She deals with the facts. She deals with science. She doesn't deal with all the emotions that can come of this, the fear. And she's just very calm. And DeWine is very calm also. He's soft-spoken, a very humble man. And so we feel pretty good here in Ohio. We feel good about where we are. There are a few people who are angry about shutdowns, but it's the only way to stop it. And the science proves that. So I think they've done a great job in comforting us and showing us the facts and the statistics and why we need to social distance or stay home.
I agree. It isn't an emotional decision. It's a fact-based decision. And it's the only way the other countries have made any progress on it at all, is to be able to do this. So it has to be done. Absolutely has to be done. What challenges do you think other people are having that you've heard about?
I think mostly it's the isolation. I mean, so many of us are used to going out. I mean, I've worked from home for 20 years, so I'm well adapted to working at home. And I don't have a husband or children here, so I don't have those distractions. But I've heard women on the Zooms, and it's really funny because their husbands now are home working too, because they've been told to go home and work, or some have lost their jobs and they're home. Children are home from college. Young children are home from school. So the challenges they face are, how do you all work together, and how do you get any work done when you've got all these distractions at home? So they have a higher level of distraction than I have. And I know my daughter has twins that are 9, twin boys that are 9, and her daughter's 11, and she works from home and she's still working. So it's a challenge to keep them occupied and to do your work too. So you just have to set the rules, draw the lines. This is my time to be on the phone. This is my time to be on the computer. And, you have to find something to do. And thankfully here we can still go outside. I walk my dog to one of the metro parks, and there's lots of people there, but everybody's far apart. So anybody can go outside. Even if you just go in your backyard, it gives you a break. And that's what the kids are doing. They're getting outside and playing outside when they can. I mean, it's raining here today, but most of the days this week have been pretty good.
I think the hard part for a lot of parents is that they want their children to keep learning, not just stay busy. And the younger they are, the harder that is, of course, because of the attention span.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have
It's,
parents that have talked to you about that aspect of it?
yes. My daughter sent me a text that said, I'm getting tired of watching my mom's grandkids. And she's not a teacher, she's in securities, and she's not a teacher, but she finds projects for them to do. Their school assignments will come in Monday because they're officially on spring break right now. So they were supposed to be in Orlando at Universal Studios. So it's been a disappointing spring break for them. So she finds projects, assignments, pick an animal and research and do a paper on the animal with images. Pick a country, do research, make write down information about the country, save photos about it. So she gives them fun assignments right now. They're playing board games. My granddaughter's a gymnast, so they go outside and she has to keep body toning and exercising as gymnasts do. My one grandson is teaching the other one how to play lacrosse because he's an athlete and the other one's an artist, so that's interesting. So she keeps assignments and then they fight. I mean, kids together, closed in together, there's going to be fights, but for the most part, everybody's adjusting well and figuring this is how it is right now. This is our life.
So you plan on keeping the digital magazine going?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And just working from home?
Yes.
Do you have some advice you could give to people on remote working or working from home?
Yes, hopefully you have an office or a spare room that can become your office. Some of the women I've talked to whose husbands are working at home, one might be in a bedroom with their computer. The other one, there is an extra room, an office, a dining room, maybe the kitchen, but it has to be, you have to set the guidelines that this is off limit between these hours and these hours. If you're having a phone conversation with clients like I have had and like a lot of people have, you have to have your focus on that. And I'm talking with people, and it's funny, dogs will come in, dogs will bark, cats will come in, and I mean, it really is entertaining to see it. But you have to have your business conversations, and the other parties have to understand that, you're dealing with family, you're all in this together, and you're trying to, and the workload is cut. I mean, my workload is drastically cut. Much different. So I have more time. So I search out YouTubes. There's all kinds of things that pop up on Facebook that are free online things, free meditation, free yoga, free online training. I think we just need to keep ourselves active, and especially our minds active. That's where I would go down the rabbit hole if I didn't have my mind thinking about positive things or learning new things. This might be a good time to learn a new language. I've encouraged people to apply for mail-in ballot. I've been doing mail-in for years. We don't know when Ohio voting places are going to open up. So now apply for an absentee ballot and vote that way. Don't wait until the polls open up, or they don't. And the other thing you can do is you can do the census. This is a good time. Somebody told me it takes 5 to 10 minutes to do the census. So I'm going to do it now while I'm home. It's important information. It's only every 10 years. It's important for us to do that information. So you have to just set time aside for work, and then set time aside for laundry or cooking or whatever else you need to do, because you are working at home and you see the things that need to be done. And if you can have an office or a place that you call your own, it's easier. Than you're not looking at the laundry or the dirty dishes or anything else, and just focus for an hour, a half hour, whatever it takes. This is my work schedule, and this is what I need to do now.
Well, and hopefully you can also tell all of your digital subscribers to listen to the podcast.
Yes.
So
yes.
www.trailblazersimpact.com. We've got 4 of them now.
Excellent. Oh, that's
hopefully
good.
they can listen to those and gain some feeling of comfort maybe in some of them, to
Yeah.
look at the struggles that other people have been through on some of our podcasts and say, hey, maybe I can do this too.
Okay. And the other thing, Nan, is I'm not making any money. I mean, without the print, okay, I'm not making any money. Yes, I was upset in the beginning. My partner was extremely upset. She has two small children. But you know what? Okay, this is how it is. We can't charge our clients for something we haven't sold them on. We sold them on print. They like the print. Let's wait and see what happens. June, July may be a different story. If this is the way the future is going to go, then you regroup. So I understand those who say, well, I'm not making any money. No, I'm not either. And I understand that, and I don't want to not make money, but I can't stop publishing. I have to do the digital. I have to spend the money to do the digital so they know I'm still here. Just like you, Nan, you want to still do your Trailblazer podcast because you want people to know you're still here and they know they can go there for good information and interesting interviews. So no matter what's going on outside, we want to still be out there communicating.
Plus, it's just the right thing to do,
It
to
is.
contribute for other people.
It is. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
You are
And
welcome.
keep on publishing.
I will. Thanks, Nan.